What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to bring you 40 facts on the Warhammer 40K universe. Now, if you guys didn't catch our battle report yesterday about the Grey Knights and the Celestial Sons going at it, it is a doozy. It is indeed a different type of bat rep. We did it narratively. So think of it as a story behind the lore of the Celestial Sons. And the events that happened during that battle report shaped the whole storyline behind the Celestial Sons. So this storyline is directly related to that battle report. So I greatly recommend you guys check out that bat rep and then come back to this video so you guys can learn more about the Battle of Frozen Light. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into this Celestial Sun lore. While the main force of the Celestial Sons was battling in Eldar Craftworld, one strike force was sent over to the moon of Antarctica 6 to claim one of Trazian's relics. This chaos artifact was buried deep within the snowy plains of this moon, and once the Celestial Sons landed, a mighty blizzard overcame the world. Through the shadows of the storm, they see some silhouettes. And due to the demonic nature of the artifact, the Celestial Sons believe that they would encounter demons. However, these silhouettes were actually the Grey Knights. With no other choice, they begin to fire at the Knights of Titan. The Grey Knights fire back at the shadows behind the snowstorm, but as the blizzard subsides, the 11th Legions Astartes are revealed. Shocked at seeing these long lost and forgotten warriors, the Knights send word to their command barge above the icy moon. Before they could get their orders, they see a chained Catan shard amongst the warriors of the ancient Astartes. They are no allies of humanity. They are heretics, and they must be purged. And so, war begins. The combined firepower of the Catan Shard and 2 rhinos have cut down half of the Grey Knight strike squad, and while their Land Raider fires its last cannons at the towering dreadnoughts, little do they know that this Dread Knight has been blessed by the Emperor, and he continues to charge towards the Xeno Star God, firing its holy flames at the Land Raider. On the other side of the planet, Cassius, the Librarian Dreadnought, and his Contemptor bodyguard encounter a heavy armored squad of Grey Knights, consisting of a Contemptor Dreadnought, a Doomglaive Dreadnought, and a Dread Knight. With low chances of victory, Cassius calls for backup, and from the heavens came Captain Zolek and his bodyguard, the Angelus Solaris. Plasma bolts rained down on the Dread Knight, however its force shield took most of the punishments. To the Celestial Sun's surprise, a Terminator squad and a Librarian teleported onto the battlefield. Bolter and Psycannon fire pinned down the captain and his Angelus Solaris. To make matters worse, a swirling vortex has ripped apart time and space, and out of this spatial tear in reality, Lord Caldor Drago emerges. Drago charges at Cassius, and the Librarian Dread Knight fires its meltagun at him. Cassius's bodyguard, the Contemptor Dreadnought, tries to help him, but the Grey Knights unload a barrage of Psycannon shots, one which happens to penetrate its plasma cannon power cores. The moon shakes as the Contemptor blows apart. With no other choice, Captain Zolek has to call forth his last unit of resources, a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield squad of Terminators. These Terminators charge the Dread Knight as their storm shields block the stream of psychic flame. Like a bolt of lightning, their hammers bring down the Dread Knight. This is but a small victory for the Doomglaive and Grey Knight Contemptor Dreadnoughts, Assault Zolek and his bodyguards. The mighty blade of the Doomglaive slices apart one of the Angelus Solaris clean in two. In a fit of rage, Zolek unleashes a barrage of slashes and takes out the Contemptor. Holy fire meets white lightning as the powerful Psykers do battle. The infamous Drago clearly has outmatched Cassius, but Cassius pushes his Dreadnought sarcophagus to its limit. Titan Sword meets Halberd over and over again, each time the Holy Blade inching closer to its target. Cassius summons forth eternal wings and takes to the sky. Perhaps a ranged battle would be in his favor, but Drago knows all too well how to deal with these tactics, for he has slain many a bloodthirster before. Drago calls forth the Gate of Eternity, opening up a corridor into the warp, allowing him to appear directly above the airborne dreadnought. In a blink of an eye, the Titan sword catches the unsuspecting Cassius and cleaves him in two. With the roar of a mighty explosion, the Librarian dreadnought lives no more. Shockwaves of despair ricochet out amongst the Celestial Sons. Their second-in-command has fallen, and Zolik may be getting overwrong soon enough. Something must be done to shift the tides of war. And just then, the moon of Antarctica 6 quakes as a massive orb emerges from the depths of a chasm. Could this be the chaos artifact that Trazian the Infinite requires? It must be, since the Grey Knights rush to its location. Blood-red arcs of energy emerge from its surface and lash out at the Knights. One Terminator is unfortunately hit, and seconds later, blood oozes from its cracks in its armor, until all that remains is a dry husk within the Grey Knight armor of holiness. The Grey Knights shift their attention over at this vampiric orb of unholy agony, and they attempt to contain it. Before a secure perimeter is made around this sphere, pieces of grey armor come crashing down around them. To their surprise, these pieces are the remains of a Dread Knight. Through the pine-cone forest emerges the Catan of the Formseeker. Merebi has been unchained. During the shock and confusion of the unveiling of the Chaos Relic, Zolik has ordered the removal of the God's Shackle. Now the almighty power of the Catan is unleashed and targeted at the Knights of Titan. The moon is literally being ripped apart as the Catan faces off against the full might of this Grey Knight force. Drago personally challenges the Star God, and Merebi fires a massive trans-dimensional thunderbolt, but Drago conjures up a mighty dome of light to shield him. The bolt pierces through and collides with a storm shield. The bolt scatters as it collides with Drago's formidable defenses, taking out a few unfortunate Marines. Stormbolter rounds hail at the Catan as it fights against Drago. With a mighty yell, Drago plunges his Titan sword deep into Merebi, slicing through her planetary armor and damaging her necrodermis body. She yells in pain, but also manages to ensnare him within her grasp. She begins to envelop him in a tomb of rock and ice, but Drago unleashes his ace in the hole, the Vortex of Doom. As Merebi is being ripped apart by the vortex, she unleashes one final attack. Beautiful shimmering orbs of light plummet from the heavens. Each orb claims dozens of Grey Knights as it detonates with thunderous force. As the dust settles, the Grey Knights are wiped out, as is the Star God. All that remains is the Chaos Sphere, drenched in blood. Zolik rallies his remaining forces and summons forth his Thunderhawk transports. They secure the relic, and as they prepare to leave, he notices that the Catan still clings to life. Merebi has cloaked herself in the armor of the slain Grey Knights to prevent her necrodermis body from leaking out. In such a weakened state, the Celestial Sons easily recapture the Shard. As they make their escape, Zolik's Stormhawk explodes, as another Vortex of Doom is summoned. It appears perhaps not all the Grey Knights were defeated. However, the Celestial Sons have lost too much with the deaths of both Cassius and Zolik. And with the threat of more Grey Knights approaching, the Celestial Sons have no choice but to depart from Antarctica 6, always going forward with their goal, the revival of the Emperor. And that concludes the Battle of the Frozen Light. What did you guys think about this epic clash between the Knights of Titan, the Grey Knights, and the 11th Legion, the Celestial Sons? Now, if you guys don't know who the Celestial Sons, they're basically my own fan chapter that I made. There's a whole playlist that I will put at the end of the video, so you guys can check more on that. Also, what did you guys think about the epic battle scenes between Drago and the Librarian Dreadnought, and Drago against a Catan Shard? In your opinion, do you think Drago is that OP that he can go up against the Catan? Now, the lore has Drago freaking carving up demon princes, but can he take on a Catan? Let me know what you guys think below. And if you guys want more lore on Merebi, the Catan Shard of the Formseeker, check out my Celestial Sun lore. I think I got like 1 or 2 videos on her, so check it out, guys. And if you guys want the inspiration to this battle, check out the video we did yesterday, which was Grey Knights versus Celestial Suns. This was an epic 2,000 point battle report with a little bit of narrative thrown in there. And again, that was the inspiration for my lore on the Celestial Suns. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Don't forget, we do 40 fact videos on basically any and every topic of the Warhammer 40K universe, so put your suggestions down below in the comments. And with that, that's pretty much all I've got. Don't forget, we've got a Patreon, an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Facebook page, so check those things for all things 40K. And I have been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.